8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, right on the nose. Proof. Internet time. 8 o'clock, right on the nose. I made it again. Back with the gift hat. Julie Floyd. It was like, not again. Yep. Oh, yeah, again. You got to be thankful, like I am for Peter Benton and all you guys for stopping by, checking out the research and checking out the videos. And we have a planet alignment on its way. Actually, it's not on its way. It's apparently there, but we don't see it yet. Southeast sky, but it's going to be tomorrow morning between 4 and 5. You have to get up very early. I would have to leave the house because for sure it's going to take me a long time to see the whole line. I'd have to get away from the trees, the major trees that I have in front on the next road. We have DB Property Maintenance in the house. Thank you so much, my friend, for being here. And Peter, of course, thanks, man. What's up, my friend DB? Hey, Peter, I've never seen a room this empty. Yeah, listen, man, I hear you. I absolutely hear you on it. Here we have always the same amazing people. We have the community, Peter, Sprad, all the same people having problem with this hat with my glasses. What was I saying? Yeah. So seriously, it was disturbing. Yes, it disturbs me too, how quiet it is here. You'll see after the stream, it takes a while to get comments. I'm not talking about my crew and my team. We'll get 10, 15 comments. It can happen that people don't directly go there, but you don't have to. There should be lots of people arriving. 1,000 people, 1,050 people to be exact, watched the last live stream. And when I stopped it, well, that was it. There was no more views after that. Yeah, that too, Peter. And at one point, they seemed to flood in. How's it going, brother? Thanks, man, for being here. Thanks for everything, for being a member too, bro, and everything. And being here with you, all your channels. Even cooler, the support, because that's how it is. That's why people are asking, please support by liking, by commenting. If not, YouTube doesn't share the videos out. But on top of YouTube not sharing my videos out, well, just so happens, if I have a Space Force gift hat, well, I'm going to have to talk about the Space Force. No, it's actually in the news. There's actually a new unit that was formed, if not 2 units, intelligence unit, declared today on June 24th. So a little story about the moon dust, which is really cool. I'm going to take 2 minutes to read that later because NASA does not want any of that moon dust getting anywhere for some reason. Barb Weast, how's it going, Twinsy? Norma C, so nice to see you here, my dear friend. Why is the moon higher in the sky some nights and lower on others? Well, in reality, it's always rising, right? But who says that Earth is in the exact same space that it was each and every time that it reoccurs, that it goes up? But in reality, it's that it goes left or it goes right. The moon's always supposed to go upwards, but it doesn't, right? But I have no explanation for that, Norma, because in reality, it's even in fables that it rises in one end and sets in the other end, as it always been, east, west, right? But instead, we see it rising in the south, like for several days. The equinox, listen, there's a reason why the moon at one point does that in the south. It's supposed to do that every year, but it's at the same time of the year. But now we're seeing at different times of the year, the moon going up and not going up. Like Norma C, you have good eyes, because if it's because something you noticed the other night, just a week or two ago, maybe not even 2 weeks ago, the moon literally rose a little bit over the trees and then set back down in the south. I saw that the moon do that in the south. So very, very odd. Kassar, hi Bruce, happy Saint Jean. You too, man. Bon Saint Jean, happy Saint Baptiste. I hope if you're with family or friends, or you guys are having a beer, or a drink. I hope you're having a good time, maybe a barbecue, cookout. Please be safe and be sure not to drive around, you guys. Be careful for that. Call a taxi. But happy St. Jean-Baptiste for all my Quebec friends, because today is a holiday in. Oh, glasses are going up and down again in Quebec, and it's like the 4th of July for you guys in down south in the States. DB, thank you so much, property maintenance. I appreciate you letting me know, man, and very inspiring, all of you with the comments too over time. I really appreciate it. I mean, you can't ask for anything more. Toyota. Ever feel like you're in a stupid mood, but it's sort of a happy, stupid feeling mood? I mean, like sober, just sober, stupid, happy. Like, anyways, I try. Bruce, oh my God, Earth Files, confirm your findings this past Wednesday. I like hearing that. Lisa Eckerly is also, Eckerly or Eckerl. I'm sorry, I must have been pronouncing that wrong. But Lisa, first of all, thanks for being a member. She also follows Linda Moulton Howe. A lot of you know, most of you know, probably all of you know Linda Moulton Howe. And she just said that she confirmed some of the findings this past Wednesday. That is something I always like to hear. A lot of people around here know about Linda Moulton Howe. And if not, do check it out. Earth Files is on YouTube also. She's on YouTube. I would like to get in contact with her, or at least have her talk about that one video. Send her that one video of the lights moving around in Mare Fecunditatis. She probably, has a lot of knowledge about some of the areas and the craters. But don't forget, these people are meeting people and talking to people. We get a lot of people telling us stuff that we don't have any backup or like proof or evidence of any of this. That's why I'm trying to film stuff on the moon, because what she's confirming, that from what she heard, I'm actually showing some of the things that she's probably mentioning. So it'd be really cool of her turning around and saying, well, look what this amateur astronomer got, on the surface of the moon. That'd be really cool. Lazarus Project, thanks for being here, man. Thanks, Lisa, for letting me know that. I appreciate it. Keep me posted with anything else, as always. Evening to you, Lazarus. Thanks again, man. Elias, how's it going, brother? I'm on the poolside. Bonne Saint-Jean. See you tomorrow. Damn right, man. Thanks so much. And thanks so much for taking the time during your holiday, man, to come and say hello. I hope you're having fun. And a couple beers by the poolside. If you're having pizza, this is the only pizza you're having this month. Yeah. I don't regret having the pizza. It was good because it was my family member's birthday. But aside from that, staying away from it. Been several months now. No dairy products, no goodness, nothing, no sweets, no nothing, no stinking nothing. And it's going to help me slim down. I do have to do some walking also at the same time. Cygnus Starscream. Hi, man. Thanks a lot, you guys. Had to go find you today. Nowhere were you in my list. What I had to do, I've been having problems, like I said, at online with Google and stuff, forcing me to continually rewrite my password in and change my password. Actually, my mom had problems along the lines of that. Maybe not at the bank, but was at the bank, and can't help but wonder if somebody's trying to get into my account or something. So I am going to have to talk to the bank. Obviously, I'm going to get the money. It's just that what happened is it's a little scary when, online banking forces you to make a password change for no reason. So I'm really curious about that. They said that I asked for it and I did not. So Welsh, whoop, just disappeared. Let me go back up here. Oh, here we go again. Hey, thanks you mods for taking down the sex links at the end of the last stream. Sorry about that. I didn't see them. Sex on the beach. What do you want a guy to do, hey? Welsh, there he is. Welsh Warrior, thanks a lot. From Wales, thanks for coming back, Welsh Warrior. and all of you that take the time to come back. Milan, thank you. Hey, Bruce, long time no see live. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for being a member on the channel and for all the support you guys give. Not a lot of you, even some of the members, tell me, listen, I don't even have time to comment on the videos. I'm working and stuff like that. It's totally understandable. But when you do get a time to chime in and let us know you're alive and say, hey, Bruce. So thanks a lot. Appreciate it. We have Sprad. We have Bo Bana in the house. Bana, Bo Bana, banana. I'm feeling in such a stupid mood today, Sam. I'm telling you. Hello from New York. Love it. I love my friends from New York. How it all started here, the first American friends that I got here were from Texas, Missouri, and exactly from New York. Lots and loads of people from New York that actually started coming here. The first people I could tell in analytics. Those were the first people that came to my channel. Well, the most people was the state of New York. The Big Apple, had a lot of people coming there. Telling me they love the work. Of course, U.S. as compared to Canada is way more ahead and knowledgeable about what's going on with UFOs because it's in your country, and obviously it's your government. It's the Pentagon. It's all what's governing. What the hell was that? It's all what's governing you guys. So now I totally forgot what I was saying there. So. This is the weirdest house in the world, guys. Okay. It's a pooky house. Scary house. Doesn't look scary. It just acts scary sometimes. But sometimes your mind plays tricks on you. You know, someone that sees a lot of ghosts just continually starts seeing things everywhere at one point. Darla, how's it going? Stéphane Blackburn, thanks for being here. Merci. Check l'autre avec ses lives en anglais à la Fête nationale du Québec. Pas fort, pas fort. Ben oui, Stéphane Blackburn. I got to continue working even though it's a holiday, man. You know, no time for drinking. For me, anyways. Mais t'as raison, tu sais. J'aurais dû prendre un verre de vin ici avec vous autres en place de prendre... I know. La semaine passée, j'ai manqué le live. I missed last week's live, so... I hate Quebec anyway, so I mean, the hell with it. Quite honestly, they're all making me sick, the ones ruling Quebec right now. Mais hey, Stéphane, bon Saint-Jean, man. Stéphane giving me shit for not celebrating. À soir, Stéphane. Tonight I go outside by myself. I was getting a bit of a scratchy throat, but I think I'm back to normal. I'll be okay. It's a little 24-hour thing. I have to go outside tonight because I just know there's going to be so much activity. UFO activity is what I feel. And I'll be looking forward for that. The next video right after this is going to take like really not long to upload because I'm done. I just have the 2 minutes of narration at the end to do. I am, for those who weren't here last stream, and for those who were and came back, thanks a lot, Boban and gang, everybody, thank you so much. 1,050 people came to the last stream and 200 likes, and I'm satisfied with that. It's amazing. It'd be fun to have 10,000 people, but it doesn't matter. Maybe it would be less, you know. I don't know. We're all real. I think that's the thing. Everyone here's real, so. Trying to keep up here. Where's the time? 8:04? No, I'm always late. I got a big mouth. Men are stuff up there with completely freak us out. Yes, yeah. I mean, the only way our ancestors could deal with it was to call them gods. That just happened to live here on this planet and teach us. I like that, James. Thanks, man. James Keefe, 44. Thanks, bro. Yeah, there's lots, including me, that we don't know about the truth of it all. That's a fact, you know, for sure, without a doubt. But I tend to think the truth has, without a doubt, no choice but to come out. Thanks, Darla. Barb Weist, greatly thank you. Hope you are to end everyone happy weekend and Saint Jean Day to you. Thanks so much, Barb. Saint Jean Baptiste. Like I said, it's like the 4th of July, but for the people in the States when they celebrate, I'll be honest with you, it doesn't really feel Saint Jean Baptiste because I don't know about fires tonight, if it's going to be a night without wind or rain, because the weather here is very odd. It rains when they're not announcing it, and but that's only a matter of time. We'll get our sky back, that's for sure. Big show. They say that it did rotate, and it's always changing. I mean, look at the speed of Earth that augmented, went faster in 2021. It started going like we're talking points, right? Faster, not fast enough for us to see a day change, but look now, when I started the stream, the sun was coming in through the windows, 8 o'clock, when you think of it, as compared to 4 o'clock when the sun goes down, usually in the wintertime. 3:30, 4 o'clock in the wintertime, the sun's right close to the horizon. So you go to work in the dark and you leave work in the dark. I love the dark, but for those who don't like the dark, it's a bit more depressing. Thanks a lot, you guys. What's up from South Carolina? What's up, James? Thanks again, man, for coming by, my friends. I really appreciate it. Lots going on. I got NASA that doesn't want people selling moon dust, and there was a test done with, not that I want to talk about roaches, but they feed them to insects. At one point, there were some tests that were done. Some moon dust was fed, literally had insects tasting or whatever, rummaging around in the moon dust to see if they would die or not, to, of course, detect any sign of a deadly pathogen on our moon. And the outcome of that is being stopped. They're trying to stop it as of, again, today, June 24th, an article, a real short article, but really funny one that I'm going to read to you guys. It's just, it goes to show that NASA, anything that's Apollo related from any mission that came back from space that somebody owns is not to be sold, because NASA is claiming it as their own, right? Or if they're not claiming it as their own, they're claiming it as a law. So I think it's somebody in another country too that's selling it. So now they're trying to ban it. There was dead roaches inside of the moon dust for whatever the reason, if they were experimenting. That scared me, hearing that, because roaches live in oil and anything, basically. Supposedly the last to live on Earth, ants, roaches, would be the last to survive any deadly whatever. So they say. I tend to think that everything we've ever known and heard is all speculation, basically, right? Yes, Pierre Poilievre's barbecue in Three River. Oh, really? Was great. He will bring back Canada. Hey, serious? Are you serious, man? Like I wouldn't be surprised if he actually had a real barbecue, this guy. Pierre Poilievre. Poilievre, sorry. Or is it Poilievre? Either way, Pierre, if you're Canadian, you obviously know him. He's the one that's going head to head with Trudeau, the authoritarian ruler of Canada, right? Pierre is going to take back Canada. I believe it. And it's going to be a first time for me, if ever, actually be a first time I vote, because I don't believe in the buggers. I don't even believe in voting. But I think when Pierre comes up, it'll be worth me heading to the polls and voting for Pierre, because for sure I am going to vote for him, even if he's conservative. And I never would, because conservative views at the beginning were not the same. But now we have the liberals, Trudy, that came in, that lied to us. He promised us he wasn't going to take anything away, the guns, even nothing. He promised us that he wasn't, freedom of speech. I'm here to work on people keeping their freedom of speech. Now it's like shutting bank accounts down, freezing bank accounts, stopping people poor people, by the way, from being able to access their money that have children. So that's what that piece of is doing when you think of it. Right on, Lisa. Hey, Oliver Klein, thanks for being here, man. Check out Mr. Peter Benton's channel, my friends. Good friend of the channel. Thanks, Lisa. So I was right. Eckerly. Awesome. If I'm not mistaken, I had a student go to school with me where I was going to high school, and her name was Lisa, but it was Eckerly. It was Eckerly. She had curly hair, so people kept calling her E-Curl. Pissed her off. Remember back at school? Thanks, Darla. Thanks again, Barb, for being here. Sugar Bee. Hello, everyone. Sugar Bee, thanks a lot, for the inspiring comments and for the beautiful support of the channel. I appreciate it. That, Lisa, is something that has to come out. So awesome. Lisa, Linda Moulton Howe is confirming that she has information now that they're mine. Ouch. What the hell? I'm getting a shock at the end of a USB. That hurt. Linda Moulton Howe confirming that the craters are being mined. I don't know how many years I had that song at the end of my video. And the mining. It is really obvious when you go to the craters. Each of the craters have ramparts and they have higher ridges. Always one side is higher, but that's what they do in mining. And also ancient cultures had a particular reason for living inside crater regions like that. But that's another story. But it remained in the back of my mind. But when you see that there are lines all around the craters and obviously smokes and hazes, watch in the next video. In the next video, I'm showing it slow motion, the UFO light. I'm going to put in a title, I guess, biological UFOs with 3 question marks. If ever biological UFOs exist, and that's what they're calling biological UFOs, it's like, are they saying biological UFOs because they're just biological creatures? I don't even know. But I'm telling you, they're in lines, tunnels of smoke. So where you can see that UFO advancing, there's already a line of smoke in front of it where you see that light going in that line of smoke. And if I'm further out and the exposure is up and it's not slowed down, it's impossible to see except for a flicker, maybe a flicker. Yeah, well, that's the thing, eh? That's the thing. Some people have a connection of being able to be leaked information by people on the inside. She's been vetted. She has somebody that I think she's been vetted. I mean, over the years that she's been there, she has some a pretty cool pedigree too. She's won some awards, actually, some television and stuff that she's done, if I'm not mistaken, also. And it's those people that we want to hear talking about stuff. But, Lisa, what they're doing now is the Pentagon is just developing. This is in the UFO report, the second one, first and second one. Excuse me. They want to develop a way to view the data. Data is what winds up in filing cabinets and now, of course, online on the internet, and files, just filled up files of sightings that have only occurred once, or sightings that were people were unsure of what it was or whatnot. And there's a lot of data accumulated that now there are task force and everything. They're all going to be going through this, researching online through all the data, because there's 2 reasons. Even the Space Force starting the intelligence unit they just started, they're doing 2 things, and it's obvious because that's what the UFO report mentioned. They're looking for threats from foreign adversarial countries like China and Russia in the air. And the unit, the intelligence unit, the Space Force unit, I probably don't even have to look it up. It's Delta 18, if I'm not mistaken, the name of it. And one part of the unit of 354, both military and civilian. That's cool. So in other words, it could be that they're going to take in some civilian captures. It's not that people are going to be working for them, civilians. It's that some civilians maybe have been able to see things in the sky, and maybe at one point something's going to happen where they're going to be in contact with the amateur astronomers that are capturing things, and maybe they'll be allowed to talk about the videos. I'd love them to be able to talk about one of my captures, right? I mean, I'm no genius. You know that not all my videos are perfecto mundo, but what I found on the moon is concerning. It's obviously top secret. It's like I shouldn't have been there, right? Like I was there at a moment where I caught something that I really should not have filmed. But again, there's no explanation for it. So Peter Hyde, I can't thank you enough, man. I love you, bro. Thank you very much, man, for the generous contributions over the years, man, and for being a member and all the support and comments and coming to the live streams. Really greatly appreciated. You guys got to check out Barb Weist's channel. I love Barb. I have fun going there, and she speaks her mind. I like people who speak their mind. But like Barb knows herself, not everybody is open-minded. Sometimes people say things, and it creates little sparks in people and relationships and friendships sometimes. Not me. Truth is truth. No matter how much it stings, I like hearing truth. Right? We don't like hearing that what we believed in all of our lives is a sham, and then somebody turns around and completely destroys your belief system. But truth is truth. The overturn was announced. Freaks out. Yes. Yeah. I saw it. I saw ladies walking around with bloody clothes. I saw ladies screaming on the front lines of the protests. They were crying their eyes out. It's like, ladies, nothing changed. Anybody can get abortions. It's oh yeah, you didn't know? Well, now you're not allowed having an abortion just because you don't like his face or that you don't want to take care of him. Because basically that's the law that they had passed. People were allowed to abort. They were selling pins. Aborting is good. Mom's own. They can abort. I mean, come on. So they aborted the mission. That's what happened. They aborted the mission. That's ridiculous. You know, it used to be in the day when a woman, rape is horrible. The woman has to go through her life, raising a child that's not hers and stuff. I think it's totally up to the mother to do the decision. And as sad as it must be for herself to make that decision in that horrible moment, I would respect a woman, for choosing to do so because, raped or whatnot. But that's what abortion is for. Maybe your poor baby's going to have a hard life because he's going to be very handicapped or something. Some people will have the baby anyways and love him. I get it. But at least it's the mother's choice. That for me is where the mother's choice comes in when it comes to abortion. But I don't even know if we're even allowed talking about that. But I think there's a common sense to everyone. Like if they have abortions, well, it would have to be for a reason, of course. Like, I mean, I'm sorry. I think everyone here in general is pro-life, and that's how I look at it. But I do understand sometimes a woman, for whatever the reason, maybe I don't even know, it could be even a depression. I don't know. But at least if it's not a fake reason to get rid of one, just having one and we can just to abort it, like what the hell? And especially that, at one point with a heartbeat, they were allowed doing it even with a heartbeat. I mean, that's murder. That's what I think. But I mean, that's just me. Very touchy situation. Subject. I get it. Internal learner. Getting the bonfire ready soon. Hey, that is cool. See, I could have had a fire tonight, but I'm telling you, I'm going to have a nice time outside, though. I'll talk to you guys and gals. I'll try to, don't worry, I'll get the frogs to leave tonight so I can have a quiet evening and talk to the skies. But there should be a lot of UFO activity tonight. The frogs no way. Hey, you guys, I have to show you the sound that the frog made. You're not going to believe me, but they also laugh. Like, I mean, ha 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 ha, laughing. It's scary as shit. And I found a frog because I wanted to know its size. To know, I mean, it must have been a frog like this that was friggin' barking and it sounded like that. Nope. It's as big as this object. The frog. That big. That's a frog that's making that noise. So I was laughing my head off. Making other different kinds of noises, laughing too. I'm like, oh boy. People thought were commenting this week. They're saying, Are you in the Amazon or something? It's like, what the hell is going on? Mike Allen, how's it going, bro? Hey, Casa Nostra, how's it going? I have a question today. Our clouds have a strange 4D design. I mean, everyone noticed them. 4D design. You mean that they look like sort of structured sort of objects as they're going by? The more thick, I guess. You mean? They've been a lot puffier, more mashed potato-y, right? Mashed potato clouds. Well, I'll tell you what, Lisa, guaranteed without being a genius, I know for a fact the sun is causing more cloud formation around Earth. And it would only make sense that back in the time of the Bible, if there was a major flood here, and of course, and it wasn't God that would have flooded it. Well, let's say science-wise, it would definitely be because of a massive sun event. If it causes the floods and whatnot on Earth, maybe that's what causes all the clouds that we're seeing now, because it's been 2 or 3 years that it's like we're not able to see the moon as often as we were seeing it. I am Kai. Oh, good. I thought it was Thursday too when you said that. I said, oh my God, did I make a mistake again? Could be. You're a day late, my friend. How's it going, Kai? Hey, bonfire. That sounds really good, actually. Nelson and Aceto, thanks a lot, you guys. I'm so sorry. Scream at me when I don't thank you guys. I appreciate that, man. Joël Saint-Jean, salut à toi. Bonne fête de la Saint-Jean-Baptiste, toi aussi, Joël. Ici, ce soir, les feux d'artifice. Ben oui, j'y allais dans le temps aussi, avec une de mes anciennes dans le temps pour aller voir les feux là-bas. Dans ton coin du monde. Mais en tout cas, bon Saint-Jean, Joël, puis en même temps, promène-toi pas sous. Je dis ça à tout le monde, mais je sais que tu le feras pas. Mais je te souhaite quand même une bonne soirée, puis j'espère qu'on n'aura pas de pluie ce soir. Hopefully there will be no rain this evening, I hope. It's not getting a notification from YouTube anymore. Sorry about that, Gate Smasher. I hate that, pisses me off. Hope all of you recheck and resubscribe. Funny, strange things are going on. I absolutely will. I bet you I'm still unsubscribed from you. Every time I go to your channel, usually I am. I will definitely go and double check later, man. YouTube, and not just me, I think everyone, YouTube does unsubscribe the people that are subscribed to you, eh? Like they're literally taking out every day a couple of people out of your bloody channel. It pisses me off every time they do that. Faut avoir toute qu'une tête carrée pour faire un live en anglais aujourd'hui quand tu demeures au Québec. Ben, t'as raison, mon Stéphane. Stéphane Blackburn. Tu penses-tu que ça m'affecte, ça, le gros? Come on. Creepin' Jay. You got another one like that, Stefan? Bring another one up. We'll vote on it. T'aimes pas ça, les Anglais? You don't like English people, Stefan? That's an English tongue. Crack one more like that, buddy, and I'll block your ass. The power. I'm like He-Man here. I have the power. Happy Friday, Bruce. You'll be viewing any of the planetary lineup tonight. Yeah, it's not tonight. It's going to be tomorrow for me. Tonight for people that it's daytime, I guess. but it's going to be in the southeastern sky. It's going to be behind the trees. I would have to go for a drive with the camera to see if I can see the sky, and maybe it'll be up in the sky here high enough. I do not know, but Kimberly, I will definitely be outside watching to see if I can see any sign of it tonight. Starting tomorrow morning between 4 and 5, apparently it'll be low on the horizon too. So that's definitely a problem in the southeastern sky. Promise, Kimberly, I'll be outside watching. I will be out tonight looking for sure. Creepin' Jay. Such arrogant people. T'es arrogant, esti, Stéphane. T'es arrogant, esti, man. Parce que tu sais, moi, j'ai pas ma langue dans ma poche, ce chien. Je te le garantis. But now your ass is blocked, Stefan Blackburn. Stefan Blackburn's been here for a while, guys. It's Brico, or one of the asshole trolls on the French channel that comes around here, and I knew he was a troll. I was waiting for him to react. They don't like English people. Called me a square head just because I have a square hat. Fucker. The eagle is staring into my soul. Yes, I know, eh? The eagle does stare. The eagle and the alien. That's why I turned the alien away from the corner, because it was like always looking at me. I have to admit, the alien fell off the wall the other day. The chain that's holding him up around the neck, I know it sounds bad, fell off. And what he did is he took 2 steps forward like that and toppled over one of the plants there, and it scared the shit out of me. I thought the alien was coming for me. I seriously got scared. Like, I almost pissed in my pants. Especially with the shit I watch online. Scotty Lee, how's it going, man? That would be awesome if you recorded a lot more of your house, maybe. Oh, yeah, I can do that, Lisa. You mean the ghosts? The damn ghosts. I love them. Mark Parkins, Leeds, UK. How's it going, my friend? Hey, Bruce, I'm from the UK, United Kingdom. As you know, over the last year, there's been an unusual amount of UFO sightings, especially in your ends, for sure. You guys, for sure. That the governments are happy to admit to. What percent do you think are man-made and genuine UFO? Now, that is the question of the evening, Mark. Honestly, Mr. Parkins, that is the best question, and that's what I've been really thinking a lot about. I'll tell you what, I bet you now there could be a lot more UFO outside alien lights, but the ones that we're seeing around Earth, that's I'm where you're at. Like, are we seeing the Space Force? Or are we seeing adversarial countries that are leaving to go into space that are around Earth, and those are the ones protecting us, or are those the invaders? So that's where I'm at, right? And that's even where the Pentagon is at, where they're not telling us whether it's an adversarial country, foreign country, or if it's extraterrestrial or not. Or maybe they did mention a bit that extraterrestrials exist, but like I said, the intelligence unit, Delta 18, they just opened up. One of the units are going to be looking for adversarial foreign country threats, and the other part, 354 military and civilian people, will be split in two to do both jobs. One on the adversarial countries, and one will be looking for orbital outside threats. That's going to be interesting. I'd like to know what vehicles they're going to be in, right, Mark? Because if they're in several vehicles, if there's 300 of them and there's literally 150 lights a night going around, well, I think, Mark, we're going to see a difference in the lights for the UFOs. Like, for example, I don't know, like maybe a blue light or something could come from the ones from Earth, but then again, I don't know, because everything looks pretty much the same in space. We look at the stars and they're not stars. It's not a ball. Sometimes a star is a galaxy far bigger, or a solar system way bigger with more suns than there are here on Earth. And all we're seeing is that little point of light. So that gives you an idea of how far that bloody object could be when you're seeing just a small pin of light. But then again, is space what's making us see things that are like looking far or small, or when in reality it could be an optical illusion? It could be water we're looking through. Keith Brown, good evening to you too, man. Thanks for coming back. Mark, that was a good one. Hey, Matt, Alabama in the house. Thanks so much, you guys. Brian Words, how's it going, man? Happy Friday, everyone. Bruce, awesome. Hey, same to you, man. Live feed is up and not chopping out. Yes, hopefully it's because they just fixed my connection. Not my connection. It's actually the town's connection. Do you know that the cable frequency went down a level? They'd never seen that. The frequency changed for everyone around here that has cable. The frequency changed to another channel, and nobody could reach anyone. And then it was cutting off. The internet was cutting off, having a lot of problems. There's my frogs back out. Be hot here in Southeast Texas. Here too, Keith. Here today was, if I'm not mistaken, close to the 30s for sure. Definitely today. And with the humidity, maybe even higher, it was really, really bad. Sammy M, thanks for stopping by, you guys. Oui, t'as absolument raison, Darla. Yeah, for sure. But it was deliberate, eh? Stefan Blackburn is it's actually, well, I won't even mention who it is, but it's a troll on the French channel. Continually insults me on the French channel too. It was a bit stupid what he was saying. He was saying, why the hell is an English guy in Quebec? You know what? There are some Quebecers like that, Darla. I've met them. I mean, some real morons that don't even want on the French holiday people talking in English. So it's like, up your ass. I don't really care about that. I have Elias here, who's totally French, speaks English and French, but is totally French and is able to come to an English guy's channel and say, hey, bon Saint-Jean, French, and then walk away. But that's how people are. And it's all just for fun too, Darla. The person has absolutely nothing against me talking in English, tells me to talk French. and he follows me on the French channel, Darla, that moron. Sammy M, Central Texas in the house. Thank you very much. Yeah, Louisiana's hot too. Damn right. Are you early? Well, 8:43. Thanks for being here. North Central here. Thank you, Emmy. Thanks for the comments too, guys. Jordan McNee, how's it going, man? Thank you very much. Appreciate that, brother. Elias, how's it going? I hear you, Keith. That's what I want. That's what I'm talking about. I need the real deal. One day the real deal will come and see my channel, but yeah, Brian, good one. Thanks, Darla. Yeah, you guys can check out I Am Kaya too. Another real cool cat that comes by here all the time. He's a funny ass, man. He's so fucking funny. I Am Kai's hilarious. Should be a comedian. I love him. Just hang in there a little longer. We'll get through this. I believe it, Sugar Bee. Definitely. Someone has to watch our dogs. They're so afraid of fireworks. Oh, yeah, that happens. Some dogs are more than others really creeped out about the fireworks. We'll probably hear some here tonight. They send them a little low, but it's still a little fun. Oh, wow, Matt. A 6-foot timber rattlesnake ready to calm down and look at the moon. Damn. Jesus. That's I'll say like you're the real deal. Listen, that's definitely on my bucket list, man. To see a snake. I'm stuck here in Canada, man. They say we have moose and beaver here. Never seen a bugger. There's 3 beavers here in Canada, and I know where they live. There's 6 moose, and I've seen 3. So, moose. I like talking to people who've never been to Canada because, in general, they think that we're all, even though I have Indian blood, whoop, proud of it. They think it's a lot of Indians with feathers on horses driving around with hockey sticks, drinking maple syrup. And amongst us are beavers and moose. No. No, that's not how it is in Canada. Thanks, Darla. Michelle Adams in the house. Hello to you. Can you imagine when NASA goes back to the moon in the next few years, says Jordan? The cat will come out of the bag. I believe it, Jordan. As soon as we do that, how can we keep them secret when we have permanent presence on the moon? Well, Jordan, you said a mouthful there. And Jordan, that's exactly what's going to happen. We're getting leaks coming out from the CIA, Pentagon, FBI, military, government, Congress. There's people leaking stuff out on the inside source, right? We talked about that with Lisa, or outside source, but there's still always going to be leaks when somebody sees someone doing some bad. So now, like Jordan just said, with everyone landing on the moon in 2025, used to be 24, but now it's 25. I do believe it'll be pushed back in 28, maybe 27. We'll see. But yeah, when they land there, now you're going to have excuse the expression, you're going to have a shitload of people that really see what's in the sky. So you could land on the moon, anyone from Earth, and hide the surface, right? We can do it here. If we bring aliens to Earth and land them in the desert or in Antarctica, and they see, seals and shit, whales, and that's it, and they don't show humans, you never know. So who says that the Earthlings that are going to go to the moon are going to actually see everything on the surface? They probably won't, but they can't hide all the lights that are going to and from the moon. And I really think that some are living organisms, or maybe what some people are saying, biological UFOs, Thanks again, Michelle Adams, for stopping in. Gamecock Mike in the house. Yeah, thanks a lot, bro. Feels like forever since I've been here. It's been a while, brother. Thanks, man. 22-day vacation. Oh, my gosh. It's too bad, man. If anyone is thinking of a gastric bypass, don't do. Oh, shit, bro. That's big enough. Yeah, eh? Oh, man. Hang in there. But yeah, I guess it's one hell of a job, man. One hell of an operation. 22-day vacation in the hospital. Man, thanks for still being here, bro. And thanks for keeping us informed. Keep us informed, man, as things progress. I'm sure things will get better. But yeah, thanks for letting us know that. I had not necessarily was going to do it, but I had thought about it one point before I tried losing the weight. But Gamecock Mike, thanks again for being here, man. Oh, wow. That's crazy, Brian. Thanks again, Mark. You have a lot of UFO sightings under your belt. Hey, thanks, man. Over the last year, there have been an unusual amount of UFO sightings. What percent do you think? Oh, I read that before. How come I'm back up here? Sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to scroll down. Leroy, how's it going, man? A day late and a buck short. Story of my life. Jason Berezny, always greatly appreciated, my man. I only get an uneasy smirk from my dad when I bring it up. Yeah. Sometimes, different generations, different mentalities about different subjects. Michigan Mister. What's the problem, man? Getting a bad vibe here. So, thank you very much, Jose Rodriguez. Thank you very much, Jose. Appreciate that, man. How many people continually call you Joss? For sure. And it's not an insult, eh? People really have no idea. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. It's not Jose and it's Jossie. But I'm assuming Jose, so because that's the proper pronunciation. I'm just starting to learn Spanish. Just starting to learn it. Hope I'm doing it right. Yeah, they do that. It's definitely wrong. It's taking off subs. And look at it. Go to a channel, subscribe to it. Look in 48 hours. You will be unsubscribed from it. It happens continually, continually, continually. Lisa, well, there's a problem. He said so too. And it's the same with me. Every time I go to his channel, I have to resubscribe. That's a bullshit problem. I'm going to go back to Gate Smasher after to double check. Yes, Trevor. Sorry, Creepin' Jay. There's none that I haven't revealed though. Yeah, I've revealed everything, like literally everything that I saw, even the ones that scared me. The ones that scared me, Daniel, are the ones in Mare. The ones in Sinus Iridum. At the end of Sinus Iridum, it looks like a center. It looks like jails. It looks like some type of base for sure. It looks like schools. It doesn't really look like industries. It looks like places where they hold stuff, maybe storage units. That's what scares me when you see the big rectangles like that. And the little lines that leave those areas, they could be leaving there with vehicles. There could be a lot of vehicles in there. You never know. But I've never hit any of them. And in general, every crater has like 15, 20, 30 that you can see that are massive. And I think because they're so big is the reason why we're seeing them. Because if not, we should not be seeing them. We should definitely not be seeing them. Mark Hall, thanks for coming back, man. Rational Mind Riot, thanks for coming back, you guys. Yes, it was the ghost moving around before, probably. Michelle Adams, hi. Hi, thank you. Sorry about that. Jason, hi, man. Thanks a lot. Zero UFO, me many UFOs. Guys, have a good one. It's time for me to call it for tonight. Hey, Gamecock Mike, keep us informed, man. I'm sorry you're feeling that way, bro. But hang in there and keep us posted. You see, Lisa, that's interesting because you got humans and aliens that are up there, most likely. Humans and aliens that are up there. I believe that too, as a possible theory, of course, but it's possible. Have a good one, Gamecock Mike, if you're still there, brother. Huntsville, Alabama has some man-made UFO tech. You imagine how many bases there are around the world, Matt? Can you imagine how many bases? And oh my God, I mean, it must be infested with dangerous situations all around us, literally all around us. And it must be hundreds of years of been doing this. I don't know. I'm really starting to wonder. Could be partly humans and aliens that are here too, you know? That's what a lot of people say. Big show in the house. When I was young in the 70s, they'd shown live moon footage. There were holes with rabbit tracks. Between the holes, something is up there. Wow. Also believe that there's animals. I believe it. Why would there not be animals on the moon? It's surrounded by oxygen in the atmosphere because the moon's inside of Earth's geocorona, and the oxygen of Earth extends hundreds of thousands of kilometers past the moon, which is crazy. That is crazy. When I found that out, that the oxygen of Earth, the geocorona is the furthest point of oxygen that's in the atmosphere outside of Earth, and it extends many thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of kilometers past the moon. So yeah, there's oxygen all around the moon. There could be oxygen on the moon. Why 60% oxygen or like what the hell's that about? I doubt it. So if so many people are on board with it, then nothing changes. That's what happens when people don't, unless people wake up, and they will real fast. Listen, it could be. I think it's pretty obvious that the Russians can be doing a lot of shit, but if it is, we would see a war. Oh wait, we do see one, right? But I don't know. I'm still skeptical. I'm still skeptical about that. I know that they have UFO technology, but are they the ones buzzing around the world? It could be. It can be. I just want everyone to know that whether it's Russia or not, there's still aliens on the outside, and they are the ones that are going to be hitting James Webb. They're the ones that are going to be stopping launches from occurring. Yeah, have you seen any mysterious launches in the past 10 hours that have not taken off because of a mysterious problem? Yeah, again, it's continual problems with launches. People take off and it just stops and things disappear, things stop working, motors stop working on, certain parts, and James Webb hit by meteoroids. Well, of course, if the aliens want to destroy it, they have to hit it gently, not to create any fragments or pieces. All they have to do is smash the mirrors. That's what they're going to do. Because I don't see James Webb Telescope lasting more than a month. Be honest with you. Have an awesome night, Michelle Adams. Media, UFO, human reverse engineering. Real aliens are at a quantum level of existence from what I have gathered. And IMO. Yeah, listen, if they are that advanced, man, Jesus, Murphy. What do you want to do? I mean, there's nothing we can do. Like a lot of people say, they would annihilate us in a flash of an instant, right? They wouldn't think twice about it. Thanks, Rational Mind Right, for letting me know that. I've been banned from Facebook and Twitter so far, man. And now your tube is doing the same. I guess that's what happens when you speak the truth and promote the truth. Yeah, they don't like the people doing that. That's for sure. Unfortunately, they really don't like that. I'm still trying to. There's a guy here right now, and I'm trying to remember who that guy follows. He's a shit disturber. And now it looks like he's trying to disturb some people here, but I'll see. I'll wait. See what the outcome is. And I ain't talking about Gate Smasher. That's for sure. Yeah, they don't like us talking, man, about anything. That's for sure. And they sure as hell don't like us talking about anything with the 3-letter word that starts with a W. The wars. They don't like us talking about the COVID. Freedom of speech. They don't like us talking about, the deaths with the kids buried in those schools. A couple of people were writing on Facebook. They got blocked. I got blocked talking about all those things on Facebook, and I closed my Facebook. Literally shut it down. I said, no way, I'm going to close that down. They wouldn't let me talk, and they were blocking me. And then they blocked me from Facebook, Twitter. I was banned from Twitter. I couldn't even get back on, and it even caused me problems on other platforms. Those buggers. Farmer says he can clear chemtrails over his fields. He has 3 big mirrors. I love this. Casa Nostra. That is amazing. It's funny you say that. I have 3 mirrors outside, and I leave them facing upwards. Yeah, the small mirrors. So big mirrors, I bet you for sure. 3 big mirrors on a swivel. He says he bounces the sun back. Yeah, because see, that's a natural process, Casa Nostra. The sun is the ray's supposed to hit Earth and bounce back up, but it's not returning up after it's bouncing. And that's the greenhouse effect that is being caused, and everything's heating up, thus heating up the climate hotter than they say by 1 degree or 1.5 or whatever, however many degrees. That's incredible to know, actually. Big ass mirror. That's cool. She reads directly sent to her all the information you are looking for this evening. Thanks a lot, Lisa. Appreciate that, sister. Awesome, Sugar Bee. Thanks a lot for listening in, sister. There I go again saying brother, sister, brother. I decide who's a brother and sister here, I guess. You never know. Sometimes I'm wrong. We need more sugar bees here. The bees are all being killed with pesticides and everything. Sorry, man. Text makes it difficult to figure out context. Not trying to troll you, Michigan. Damn right. Brian's a good guy too, Michigan, by the way. Stargazer. Hello, folks. Down south here. Thank you very much, you guys. What the hell, Michigan mister, are you doing in the snow? You must be high off the ground, man, on some mountain. I thought it was only us Canadians that always had the snow the longest. Yes, Emmy. You guys don't? Yeah, cowboy boots, hats, own horses, and say howdy. I know because every time I see someone from Texas, I go howdy, and no one from Texas says that. Well, actually, everyone from Texas was saying that in the 80s. From what I heard, because I had family down in Texas too. Don't forget, you guys are all wearing spurs. Really weird. Must make noise when you're walking around the grocery store. Click-a-ta, clack-a-ta, click-a-ta, clack-a-ta. Why, as a matter of fact, we heard you guys went and raided with your horses to pick up the food. None other than laying in fresh snow on a bright ass morning. But that is fun though. Bright, warm winter days are the only ones I can endure. Saw a huge clear capsule shaped UFO in Michigan when 12 years old. I could have touched it. Wow. Hair stood on end and I bowed my head as it passed. Holy shit. I felt so small. It was glowing dull red inside. Oh boy. Hey, listen, Leroy, I caught a UFO that came 30 feet and then came down like 15 feet from me. It was at the top of my garage in the back, which with a broom at the end of the broom, I could easily, without even pulling all my arm out, touch the top of the roof. And you know what it looked like the first time I spotted it? It was a round sphere that started moving around like waves. And you said smoke, but I use the term waves, and it was red. Like, I mean, like a vase, glass vase, red, thick, like a deep red color when the sun's in a vase, and it was moving around like water in an aquarium. But you say smoke, I could have also, anyways, it's very similar what you said, the explanation as to what I saw. The Before it did the shape that I showed, it was red, and that water like movement of it fascinated me. And that's a UFO that came very close. John Blight, how's it going, man? Yes, man. Yes, you said, man, and I believe it. I believe there's definitely some of them, and the whole bloody planet can be a refueling station. Obviously, the moon is a petrol station that was moved into place. We might be there. We might be their inventions. Yeah, absolutely makes sense. I believe that in theory that we can be or have been created, through synthetic DNAs or hybrids of aliens. Let's just say maybe we were created in their image. Scary, eh? When you think of it, but could be absolutely true. Lizzie Bell. Alien abductions are done by alien hybrids that were created by governments. These are short alien ones. Yeah, like these buggers right there, because they got nothing else to do. For sure. Bang, howdy, cowboy. Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm telling you here, connections always, like maybe it's the sun, because of the sun that the frequency screwed all the wires over here. No, it was sure it was the wind. It was pretty bad. The reflection from the solar panels we have installed, I wonder if those on the moon can see it. Gate Smasher, I was talking to someone last month about that, saying the people that have the solar panels now on the roofs, like lots of the series, and even the ones that are in the desert, where they actually place them out to almost look like rivers because they're like blue, eh? You see like a blue color, a nice blue color inside of the solar panels. A lot of silver in that too. Definitely, if they can zoom into the surface, I believe they can see the surface. They can see the surface. So, do you think that they're smoking Earth also, like they're smoking the moon? For sure, to hide the surface here too, as much as hiding the surface there. It is man on the moon, but we are looking at a penal colony. Just think of all the missing people from Earth. Yeah, it's possible that there's missing people there. I don't only think they're missing from Earth. I think people from Earth are taken into underground caverns, maybe underground areas. They often won't me upload or phone shut down on the click. Yeah, I know. Totally. I have lots of problems here, and I think a lot of people are too, obviously, eh? Hola, Johnny. I try to get to everyone's comment, and I just can't. Also saw a huge black triangle float into Fort Bragg, North Carolina, escorted by 4 helicopters, 2 in front, 2 in back. Daylight, silent, and the last gunner in the helicopter waved and smiled at us, went by, laughing, eh? As if to say, you saw something really nice today as they were going by. Wow, that's pretty incredible. Hey, Josefa Martinez, muchas gracias, man, from El Salvador. Bienvenido. Thank you very much. Mi canal de investigación. Muchas gracias, amigo. Or amiga. No, it is amigo. Oh, no. Well, whatever. Hola, ditto. Thanks for sharing that, Leroy. That was a good one. My bank makes me change my password every 3 months. Yeah, Doyle, it's getting freaking annoying, man. And they ask you, would you like us to save your password? Yes, please. Please enter your password. What the friggin'? What a stupid system. It pisses me off. I much prefer someone steal my money. At least I won't have to put in my friggin' password. Does anybody like putting in a password? Come on. Are they not bright enough to make a computer with the IP address, just be able to log on and automatically know that it's Bruce logging on. You're sitting there in your personal file, and the bank decides to send you a code at your house. That's what it does to me. Quick, enter this 6-number code, 2941356 or whatever. Gives me a code. Have to put it in. Declare who you are. Tell us who you are. Who the hell do you think I am? That pisses me off every time. And that's for a couple $100. We're not talking about tens of thousands of bucks there. They talk about that black triangle. I've caught one. If you haven't seen my video, guys, check it out. A real black triangle flying past the sun at very, very excessive high speeds. Yeah, I hear you, Locusty. Love and blessings to you all. Thanks, Kai, for the stream ends. Thanks so much, man. It's getting hot tonight. I think that's a good sign tonight. I hope it's a clear night. The sun looks fire red. Both humans, aliens, and others from other planets. Yes, it's a meeting place. I believe it is. If you go back at a 2016 video that I made, I called it Central. The central of communications is on the moon. When I came up with the theory in 2016, that's where every project that's launched and that's in constellations going to and from whatever planet is all being monitored by the airport, the moon, right? Another theory. Oh, it's bringing me to the bottom because it wants me to go to the bottom and say hello to everyone. All right. I'm thirsty. Right back. Have a little bit of grapefruit juice. No, not with vodka. Ugh. So, the interesting part, NASA posted on phys.org, place that I always like going to see. This is only a couple minutes, but you're going to love to hear about this. NASA, June 24th, 2022. This is a post by Mark Pratt. NASA saying, give us back our moon dust and cockroaches. NASA wants its moon dust and, let's say, insects. I can't even say the word. This makes me sick. I've never even seen one. I don't even know what they look like. And I don't intend on even looking them up. The space agency has asked Boston-based RR Auction to halt the sale of moon dust collected during the 1969 Apollo 11 mission that had subsequently been fed to roaches during an experiment to determine if the lunar rock contained any sort of deadly pathogen, obviously, that posed a threat to terrestrial life. The material, a NASA lawyer said in a letter to the auctioneer, still belongs to the federal government. So the material from the experiment, including a vial with about 40 milligrams of moon dust and 3 insect carcasses, was expected to sell for at least $400,000, and I assume they're talking about 400,000 US, but has been pulled from the auction block, RR said Thursday. That was yesterday. All Apollo samples, as stipulated in this collection of items, belong to NASA, and no person, no university, or any other entity has ever been given permission to keep them after analysis, destruction, or any use of any purpose type, especially for a sale or individual display, like a museum, said NASA's letter dated June 15th, and now we're the 24th. It went on, we are requesting that you no longer facilitate the sale of any and all items containing the Apollo 11 lunar soil experiment with the roaches, the slides, and the post-destructive testing specimens. By immediately stopping the bidding process, NASA wrote. Very interesting how they want to retrieve. They're very active online. NASA, they have people working for them all the time, looking online for anything that could be sold from any of the Apollo landings. So I don't have to tell you guys why they don't want people to have moon dust. I think it's pretty obvious about that. Obviously, you know, if I had moon dust and I turned around and I had a friend working in a lab, and then they brought back the lab samples and told me, well, got news for you. It's a rock found in the Nevada desert, or maybe a rock found in the Himalayas or on Mount Everest or whatever, or somewhere in the desert. I really, you know, don't think that they want anybody to have access to those rocks. The rocks are held in a place in bags where you have to put gloves on, and with your hands in gloves, stick your hands in rubber gloves that are connected to a metal box with a glass over it. We used to have them in welding shops, in schools, whatever, you know, sandblasting, whatever, just a regular box. And you can put your hands in that. You can touch the bags with the rocks inside, but you have no access to touching the rocks. Because, of course, they say they don't want to put it in oxygen because it's going to change colors and everything. But, you know, or rot. But that's very interesting. In another letter dated June 22nd, NASA's lawyer asked RR Auction to work with the current owner of the material to return it to the federal government. They have no business. I mean, what the hell? The Apollo 11 mission brought more than 47 pounds, 21.3 kilograms of lunar rock back to Earth, they say. Some was fed to insects. Did you know that? Fish, other small creatures, to see if it would kill them. Because, you know, us Earthlings, we like experimenting about death. Find numerous ways to torture people, find out what kills people quickly and silently. We're real MacGyvers, real roaches here on Earth. Speaking of roaches, the roaches that were fed moon dust were brought to the University of, should I say it, Minnesota, where entomologist Marion Brooks dissected and studied them. Okay, and I found no evidence in the moon dust of infectious agents. Brooks, who died in 2007. Sorry, don't mean to laugh. It's that the person that said there was nothing infectious in it, well, is dead now, but told Minneapolis Tribune for an October 1969 story. She found no evidence that the moon material was toxic or caused any other ill effects in the insects, according to the article. But the moon rock and the insects were never returned to NASA. Instead, displayed at Brooks' home. Her daughter sold them in 2010, and now they are up for sale again by a co-signer who RR did not disclose. Who, Elon Musk? It's not unusual for a third party to lay claim to something that is being auctioned, said Mark Zay. So yeah, NASA had a track record of pursuing items related to the early space programs. You hear that? NASA has a track record of pursuing items related to early space programs, although they have been inconsistent in doing so. By its own admission, NASA acknowledged in one of its letters that it did not know about the previous auction of the roach experiment items. We have worked with NASA before and have always cooperated with the U.S. government when they lay claims to items. At the end of the day, we want to act appropriately and lawfully. So what do you think is going to happen with the moon dust? It's going to be retrieved and it's going to be sent to the feds, and the feds are going to do what with the moon dust? They're going to destroy it. So I thought that was like extremely interesting. That was a good one. And again, the Space Force, well, actually, give me 2 seconds while I'm there. This was an important news, and I want to say it properly because it was really interesting. It's very exciting with what's going on. We're all waiting for the reports about the UFO reports to speak up about stuff, and well, we have some important news like this, for example. Oh, what the hell is this page? Okay, maybe it's the other page. Hold on. That would be here. There we go. Come on, Space Force. I think it's here. Yes. We have a new head of Space Force, right? Acquisitions looks to get back to basics. Frank Calvelli. These guys sound like the mafia. I'm telling you guys. Space Force establishes 2 minutes, and then we'll be back talking about it. Space Force establishes intelligence unit to put sharper focus on orbital threats, meaning Space Delta 18 will run the National Space Intelligence Center. Yes, a center at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. The ones living near there, lucky buggers, going to be watching the skies. Air Force Base, Patterson Air Force Base. Be watching the skies there, guys. The Space Force on June 24th established a new unit today. Space Delta 18, responsible for providing quality intelligence to U.S. policymakers about the space domain. Lieutenant General Stephen Whiting, commander of Space Operations Command, said at a ceremony in Dayton, Ohio. Okay, thanks for letting us know that. Space Delta 18 will run the National Space Intelligence Center at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio. Whiting said it's important for the Space Force to have a unit focused on threat analysis to help inform the national defense policy and space systems acquisitions. Space intelligence analysis was previously under the National Air and Space Intelligence Center. Space Force leaders pushed to have a separate organization co-located with NASIC. The question is, why do we need to stand up a National Space Intelligence Center? And the truth is that we needed a sharper focus on the space threat that is here today. Space Force Director of Intelligence, Major General Leah Lauterbach, Space Force Director of Intelligence, Surveillance and Reconnaissance. I wouldn't even be able to remember what my post was. That's so long. Said at the ceremony, Director of National Intelligence, Avril Haines, called the stand-up of NSIC a critical step to the future of Space Force, improve acquisitions, and drive innovation across the community. So what's the goal here? States such as China and Russia are developing, testing, and fielding counter space weapons to monitor and target U.S. and allied satellites, said Haines. Our capacity to understand what is happening in the space domain is crucial to our ability, obviously, to operate in space. In the years ahead, the environment will only become more contested. So I'm almost done here. So what the hell is the use of us polluting and having wars here on Earth and then leaving the planet to go the same idiots in space fighting? We're not going to hide it. U.S. government are a bunch of morons, okay, causing genocides and everything. Do they think that we don't know that? They got to be friggin' stupid to think that the world doesn't know and believe that. 100% of the world knows exactly what they did, but people are afraid to speak out about these scumbags. But in reality, it's going to cause a revolution. The more people are going to get informed about what's going on and what they're doing. China is no good news for what's going on with Russia and Ukraine and all that there. I wash my hands of both sides. I go, they're both assholes. That's basically what's going on, because it's only you and I paying for all this shit, eh? You're paying for extra gas. You're paying for extra food. Maybe you have a kid like me that's in an apartment right now who's paying fucking, like, excuse me, $10 for eggs and shit. That's stupid. It's ridiculous there. I think it's totally ridiculous that they're doing that. So here, get this, guys. Space Delta 18 will be made up of 345 military and civilian personnel. The unit was named in honor of the U.S. Space Force's role, okay, so as the 18th member of the intelligence community. So the Space Force is part of the intelligence community. Space Delta 18 is made up of 2 units, originally activated in 2008 within the Air Force. The first Space Analysis Squadron mission will produce foundational intelligence on foreign space capabilities. So they're spies. And the second Space Analysis Squadron mission will produce foundational intelligence on foreign threats to space operations. Okay, yeah, one unit's going to look at space capabilities of foreign threats, and the other one's going to look at foreign threats to operations. So basically, there's a war path. I'm not allowed talking about war anymore, so. Oh, the Space Force leaders, they're concerned about quality of threat intelligence. You think? We need intelligence to understand what the threat is and what it does. That will help. A central responsibility of the U.S. Space Force is to defend the nation's satellites from deliberate or accidental aggression. So when we see some lights up in the sky, can't help but wonder if some of these lights can be the Space Force. That will require much more sophisticated threat intelligence than is currently available, said the Vice Commander of Space Force, Lieutenant General David D.T. Thompson. Big DT. Capabilities today to monitor outer space and detect potential threats, but it's not what it needs to be for space as a warfighting domain. So that's all they want to do. Prepare space for war. They're morons. It makes me laugh. Yeah, if you're living near Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio, get some nice pictures up in the sky at night, park as legally close as you can, and watch to see what the hell is coming up from there. That would be very interesting. Well, starting to smell like fires outside. What the hell is an English person in Quebec doing streaming during a holiday? Smells like fire. Space Force. It's a force that's in space. It's in space. It's a force. It's Space Force. Yeah. And that's all we know about it. That's the worst of it. That is the worst of it. That is definitely all we know about it. Oh, good. I'm the time's right here. Like I said, Frankie, it protects itself. The reason why people don't know the truth is because for some reason there's some odd force causing people to be either afraid or not interested in the subject, when in reality everyone should be. Black Moonies. Oh, Monies. Sorry. Moonies, dumbass. Yes. Yeah, of course. Of course, of course, of course. I don't think I'm capable of turning white, so I'll look at them. Good one, NW. Stone and Trey Parker sing the Space Force jingle. Yeah, Levy. Yeah, that's exactly what they did, and taking money out of making money out of thin air is exactly what they did. What caused an incredible inflation that Biden's blaming Russia for the inflation, and it has nothing to do with it. I think it has to do with everything that's going on, like a domino effect. Unreal. I believe they're definitely traveling on all the planets, and I believe there's a setup on every planet, whether it be one structure. Every planet has a capability of having a solid surface and having someone land there. You know, Mercury would be heavy and Mars would be light. Depending on where you are, there's going to be a difference in weight and stuff like that, but it shouldn't stop us from being able to experiment and land on surfaces of every planet. We have Russia in 2023 said that they're going to send a manned mission, have people land on Venus. Is it Venus or Saturn? So it's definitely something that they're talking about. Yeah, Brian, definitely. See all these things that they talk about, like even the Space Force that they say opened up, and they have co-located subdivisions, subsections of these different branches. It's all from the same source, from the Air Force. So if you look at everything from the Pentagon, the FBI, to national security, to Defense Department, DOD, everything is based on a couple of institutions that started and made all these branches up, whether for whatever the reason, whether it be to rake in more money, more funding for stuff, DOD, the Defense Department, people are raising eyebrows at their excessive spending. And there's nobody that spends more millions than them. Their budget and funding is always high, elevated amounts of money that they're spending all the time. Millions of dollars that the American people uniquely are paying, or solely are paying, for all the secret projects. Everything that's being done to you and around you is paid by you. Same thing here in Canada and everywhere else, but especially in the States, what's going on. Did I miss what Levy said? I did not see what Levy said. Oh, it's jumping around. There must be more porn links. What's going on? Dalek 2150. How's it going, my friend? Hey, thanks a lot, sir. Thank you very much. I got to thank each and every one of you for being here tonight, and especially the ones that you guys, some of you came during two streams. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, my friend, for the generous contributions. I get anonymous contributions. I get people that write anonymous. Much respect to that. It's better, causes less fights. Thanks so much, you guys. Yeah, it is, Frankie. It is freaky when you think of it. But we got to have a connection. We can't just all of a sudden being in communication with our minds with these people unless the human race is really a magical race where they're literally sterilizing us and trying to, dumb us down. Sperm counts have gone down since 2011. Yeah, I looked up sperm count graphs from 2011 to 2022. Gonna shit in your pants. Excuse the expression. You are going to flip out. I suggest to slow down on the kids. They ain't gonna be too smart. I guarantee you that they're not gonna be too smart. Yes, Kai, that's what they talk about. It's a very controversial subject, but I believe it's possible as a theory. It could be, and that could very well be what we're seeing on the moon. And the next video, I'm going to be showing a couple of them. Next video, I got that, and I went outside between clearings just to say I was able to get the sun at the last minute. So I got a quick view, 1 minute view of that up to with some surface biological creatures or biological UFOs, but they sure as hell are not ships. That's for sure. When you see something going like this on the ground there or in the air of the moon, and for those of you who have not seen them, is anyone here right now that has not seen any of my UFO videos? I mean, if not, get the hell over to the videos and look at it. I wish more people would see what I found on the moon. It's just crazy over the years how we're such a small group of people that have actually took an interest in that. Well, it's because it's only you guys that were able to get to this channel, so good for you. I love how it started out that space was supposed to remain clear of weaponry. That's right, Brian. But now every country that can launch puts orbital weapons up. Yeah, it's really silly, eh? We have an Arctic base, secret base, military base, of course, or maybe base for monitoring weather in the Arctic. Just got constellation up for them, and a satellite constellation, a couple of sats that were sent up for them so they could have access to high-speed internet. And there's talk about atomic satellites where they're testing different different plasma pulse, ears ringing, different plasma how can I say it? I'm looking for my words. Plasma propulsion, plasma propulsion, atomic plasma propulsion for certain military satellites for them to scoot around. What do you think they're doing with those satellites? They mentioned it in the UFO report, the first UFO report. The sats that are up there, they literally said the sats that we don't see actually that are up around those thousands of satellites, they're filming UFOs. They're taking snapshots of UFOs. They're sending back their locations. Obviously, there's the size of them. There was talk in the UFO report that they wanted to capture some of the UFOs. So good news for those of you who weren't here at the first stream. I don't know how long it's going to last, but my uploading problem was possibly fixed. It's taking me, compared to a 3-hour wait for a 12-minute video, it's taking me 2 to 3 minutes to upload videos now. So I did my first test yesterday and I was blown away. I was able to upload a whole bunch of videos yesterday, 2-3 videos without having any problems. So that's good news. Very good news. I'm having problems. It's jumping around a little bit. We're jumping around a little bit. Buy a distiller. Don't drink the water. Yes, I know that. Definitely know that. Have you ever tried distilled water, my friend? We did the test at school. Teacher, we distilled some water and we tasted the water. It has so much taste to it, but in reality, it's because there's no taste. And the water we're drinking that they say is tasteless has a taste. That's the worst of it. Was just talking about that the other day with a family member. It's something I knew also. Somebody, a burn victim, can't put regular water on a burn victim. That's what makes it bubble. We got sperm that jingles as I go merrily along. As long as you still got it. Hey, you still got it, man. That's good. Same here. Jingle jangles along. I think that's in the English vocabulary, eh? Because that's what I call Mr. Jingle and Jangles. You know, Jingle and Jangles. But anyways. Norma C? Where's Norma C? There she is. I can't thank you enough, Norma C. Thanks for the generous contributions too. I love you for it. The comments. And we really are a cool family here. We're a small bunch, the same ones that keep coming back. And once in a while, we see some new people I wish there was more new people, but it doesn't matter. I'm still very honored and grateful for the people that come here. If it's not too much to ask, if you appreciate the UFO videos, when you finally see one of my videos and you appreciate them, please leave me a thumbs up. It encourages the creators, and it encourages YouTube and the algorithm to recommend your channel to other people. The recommendations are low here. I don't get recommended often. It happens sometimes. Sometimes it says, hey, you were recommended to 20 people. And it's really cool because when they recommend me to 20 people, sometimes they get 5-10 subs because they're recommended to people, you know? So that's how it's going to be here for the subs too, is that basically I'm going to go up probably 1,000 subscribers every 3 to 6 months. So they're going to keep me another year or two below 100,000. It makes me look bad in reality because I've been here for 8. Whoa, not true. My 6th year is going to be completed. I'll be starting my 7th year in October or November. 7th year of research starting, 6th year completed. And did you know that if you go on Social Blade and look at the total number of, I think you can see here too, the total number of views on the videos here are just hit 10 million. So somebody asked me if I ever got 1 million views on a video. Hell no. I do have one that's about a 700,000 or 800,000, but it took 3 years for it to get there. And then it drops down to 500,000, and then 250,000, then 80,000. And that's like 5 videos there, like not 10,000 videos. Hey, thanks a lot for stopping by, everyone. Hey, Rational Mind Riot. They're outside all the time. I'm sure too bad I don't have a live camera because I would definitely show you guys that they're definitely there. I get Rational Mind Riot. I get excited. Even every time I see one, there's an excitement because you never know what they're going to do. And I always film them as much as I can. And it's long because most of the time I don't show you the ones I film, and I film for like 2 minutes, the whole light crossing the sky. And I'm looking for other lights to go with it. I'm looking for reactions. Sometimes I talk to them. Sometimes I don't. Frankie says, Frankie Russo, thanks for being here, man. Military is always like, what, 50 to 100 years ahead of the public. I think that would make sense. I believe it, especially with tech and yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. Definitely 150 years ahead of us. Few video of yours where you missed some of them transforming. You have videos of mine that I missed? Some of them transforming? No. Nothing of what I showed. None of you can come to my channel and say, Bruce, you posted a video and you talked about a UFO, but you didn't mention the 2 on the bottom. I mentioned them in 216. Everything. I've seen everything. There's not anything in the video that somebody saw that I did not see. That's for sure. Sorry, I was the first to show them. Haritaki powder I've been putting in my water every day to decalcify my penile. Haritaki powder. Had never heard of that. Of course it works. I meditate all the time. When I'm outside, I'm not far from being in a trance. For whatever the reason, you see people outside with the 2 hands up in the air praying to the skies. You have to do something to activate the sky, and I do it all the time here while I'm alone. I believe 100% what I'm doing, and I believe 100% that I'm interacting with the sky. If you don't believe it, it's not going to work. If you try it and you just say, well, I doubt they're going to say anything. Well, they're not going to say anything, but I had one guy, that's all he was doing. One guy, I won't mention the name of his channel, but he'd come and he'd grab my UFO videos and he said, look, guys, Bruce talked about a UFO at 1 minute 23, but look at all the ones he missed. Bruce didn't see them. There's nothing I've missed. Bruce sees all, I guarantee it. You're lucky if you're seeing them. I could type into energy too easily. That's what I do, NW. I F everything up. Bank machines, any machines, cameras, computers. It's always been those movies that they make, people that have energy problems and spoons and shit stuck into them. It's all real. Some people have definite problems. Why do people have energy problems? I have no idea. Is it because they were brought in ships? Is it because they're born with, for whatever the reason, something in their DNA that causes them to have problems with it? But Hertz music, yes, that's what they say. 427 or 416 or 420. I think so, Sean. If they have ever seen that one video that I showed, those several videos actually on the moon where there's lights moving around, that's never been talked about. And honestly, I'm just being totally honest. There are no channels that have the same lights as me, and I do get chuckly. I chuckle when people come and say, Bruce, there's another channel that's getting the exact same thing as you, and it's not the exact same thing. The lights that I'm getting on the surface of the moon in my research is unique. It's exclusively shown here. I've never seen it shown by the Pentagon, by anyone at the MUFON network, the UFO network, at Gaia. No Canadian ufologist, American ufologist, or Brazilian ufologist, or Spanish ufologist, Australian or UK ufologist has ever captured anything on the moon like the lights I've captured. So what the hell are they? You'd think that it would have gone around the world. And as vain as people think I'm sounding, I'm not. I'm surprised. I don't believe that what I captured is not in the news. It definitely is being kept hush hush, is what I believe. But some people can definitely tap into energy. Is it us tapping into it, or is it something else tapping into us? I don't know, but it's scary sometimes. Oh, they definitely want me to contact them because they contacted me. My first spiritual encounters wasn't because I was trying to leave my body or anything. It's something that came and presented itself to me that made me more and more interested in ghosts. And of course, losing my father and grandfather, that was finished for me. My dad became a ghost because I was 6 years old. I said, well, my dad died, so now he's a ghost. So if I see ghosts in my room, it's my dad. So it's an instinct of a child, what he would say, because he misses his daddy, right? But aside from that, the things that my dad said when he came back to me are things that, or whatever relative that I've seen, even one that I've spoken to a relative of one of my friends, which I've never met this relative, that was telling me things to tell the person that I was friends with. And that made me believe that there's something that remains here from the person that was in a physical body. Of course, he's not going to come back physical the next day, but there is something that stays there that for some reason you can connect with some of its that person's or family member's thoughts. Why? It's no coincidence. Definitely no coincidence. You're going to like the next video, guys. I'm going to get some cool captures in and I'm going to really take my time to explain about some captures and take a look at the captures I'm showing you under the smokes and hazes. We got thousands of beings or thousands of objects moving around on the moon. And I was never concerned about it. But when I see what they're trying to do to us here, you have to wonder what the hell they're doing on the moon. Are they depopulating the moon too? You know, you got to wonder what the hell's going on both places. But guys, I want to thank you all so much for coming here, coming by. $10-4, Frankie. One thing stood out too, they were somewhat low in the sky compared to planes. See, that's the fun part here. I had the chance, hey, Boo Crew, I had the chance of seeing some very low lights, and they are very low. So why are they low? I mean, you know, feel like we're on a planned timeline or release information to the public. Yeah. Boo Crew, I think you're right on the money about that. Before I get off, you guys, I think you are dead on the money about that. They're going to admit it, and it's going to be laid out in a very precise way, a very followed way, watched way, where it is going to be the exact words that are going to come out by the exact people chosen. And they're going to give us certain reasons for this, certain reasons for that. And don't forget, as we are talking, people on the Apollo missions are getting very old. Some of them have passed away. Most of them, many of them have from the older missions. And that takes away the dangers. I always said that they had, like, all the people that went to the moon would have had to have been either dead or hidden before they brought the truth out. Because what do you think if they say that the moon's inhabited? Who's the first person we're all going to turn to if they're alive? Anyone that went to the moon. So that's something for sure. Thanks, Rational Mind Riot. It's jumping around and getting some trolls, maybe. Maybe you guys are blocking the trolls and don't see them. Thank you, Darla, for letting me know that. William Shuttles, don't forget to mention you brought us color from the moon. Thank you so much, my friend. Yeah, what do you guys think of the colors on the moon? Is it not incredible, the colors? I'm going to stay for 2 more minutes. Let me reheat that coffee a second there. I saw one lady, but I don't think it was a lady, it was a guy in the community, said, wrote a comment telling my community members that Bruce didn't have internet problems, that Bruce was actually at a party for the St. Jean Baptiste national holiday. And then I came on to do the stream, and then the trolls started getting mad, saying, Christ, we wanted Bruce not to come on during the holiday so we could say that he was an alcoholic. Nothing wrong with having a beer or wine. I'm not an alcoholic, but I can still enjoy a drink. But I'm on a diet. I'm thinking of other things right now, making myself healthy. I was a prophecy child named 6 months before birth. Wow, medicine man. Yeah, damn right. Same here, brother. Yep. Like Sugar Bee says, got to go deep in the rabbit hole. It's not pretty, but it's happening. It's true, you know, once you get down there, it's so scary, but when you see the truth, you go, yeah. So we have so much color on the moon, and we have color that's changing as compared to the years I've filmed it before. So now we have more blue spots, but that are baby blue, like a Corvette baby blue color. What is it? Is it, ice? Some people were saying it could be ice too, and different ice have different colors. And don't forget, yes, that's something always, we keep in mind. And I always mention the colors that we're seeing on the moon, like the green, could be another color. I doubt it, but it could be that there's another color, that we're seeing green and it's brown. Like when we see browns, they always turn green. Whenever I see a brown area and it starts changing colors, it changes to green. So when people ask me, Bruce, what is refraction and what is not refraction on the surface? And I think that's the person that is at the smartest and most advanced point in trying to understand the truth about what we're seeing. Visual optical illusions exist, but it doesn't destroy the view. You could still see that there's color on the surface, but when you go to an area like Mare Imbrium and it's always blue, well, we could say maybe that there's a dark surface there, right? And when you go to Aristarchus crater that's always brown, but I show you green and brown areas in Mare Serenitatis, but they're brown sometimes during part of the year, and part of the year they're green. Is it the color changing? You could see what's refraction. Refraction pixelates and shines and sparkles and is really vibrant color that fizzes on the surface. And when you see an area where it's just boom, brown, the whole surface is brown and you don't see any oscillation, everything, it's because the surface has a color. The color can be an optical illusion. It can be different than that real color, but it's still there. Binaural frequencies and tones is what I use to relax, contact, and fall asleep to regularly. Are you serious, Jason? I've listened to some of those binaural frequencies and tone videos that apparently it's real, eh? It's like baby tech, man. Technology, running water, stuff like that. Certain sounds that we're used to hearing that comfort us and relax us, Maybe I'll talk about it next time, but have any of you ever had a strange feeling or encounter or some strange phenomena where you smelled something in someone's house or out in the street, or a perfume on someone that could smell very nice, but that when you smelt it, you had an incredible feeling of fear, like death and fear? It's happened to me throughout my whole life. There's a particular smell that I don't know what it is, but when I smell that certain smell, and it's not a bad smell, but it's when I smell that perfume or certain sweetness, that exact scent, I can't explain the thoughts and feelings that go through my mind when I smell a certain scent that reminds me of a sad event, but that I can't pinpoint. And sometimes there's certain smells that freak me out, maybe I am the devil. I go into a church and I can't stand the smell of the wood in the church. I don't know why. There's something I've always felt that going into a church, guys, it was evil. I'm not going to hide it. Every time I go into a church, and I've gone in often, even Sunday school, I was there. I was in the choir too. Ooh, I was singing. I was there. But the feeling that I had inside of the church because of the smell in there was something incredible to me. It was a bad feeling, a bad vibe every time I was in the church. And then when I started getting older and doing research and secret societies, in other words, when you find out what people did over the years in churches, it's not a good place when you think of what happened there. Many places, maybe not all churches were tarnished. I'll leave it at that, but still. Thanks, William. Don't ever stop, my man. Here, MUFON is not totally straight up with the info either. Brian, that's what I'm worried about. And obviously, the MUFON UFO network guys was mentioned at the second UFO report, where they said that they're taking the sightings by amateur astronomers in to view them. So when I was invited by Ufology Association, by GARPAN, to sit on a platform with real ufologists for the first time, and present my 3 to 6 minute video that I made, it would have been too overwhelming. But happy to say that, and I've never confirmed this here, so that just goes to show, maybe one, I'm stupid. I should have actually told people, but Bruce often says things and passes off for a guy that's being vain. But the Pentagon, the United States of America, and certain intelligence branches did view my video. And I got the information after, when I had my radio station interview right afterwards to talk about the event. I was told that they saw my video. So my video didn't play at the international forum. It didn't play, but they saw it. So some people did see the video, but I think they saw it in secrecy, in hiding. And the United States government did take a look at what I captured on the moon. So are they ever going to talk about it? I doubt it, but maybe they will. And if they do, well, even if they don't mention my name, I don't want them to have to mention my name. I just want them to say, we filmed lights on the moon once. It doesn't have to be me, they say, because at least that right off the bat, that'll be yet a second time that I'll be vetted with that for sure. So getting headaches. I have to go outside and see the sky. It's 10 o'clock, my friends. It's jumping around now. Oh, yeah, it's going on right now. Very sensitive with taste, hearing, and smell. Hey, thanks for sharing that. Where'd you disappear? And smell like extreme. So, yes, I've experienced something similar. Thanks, NW, for letting me know that. It was extreme to the point where one scent made me sad, and I missed someone that just missed someone that was missing in my life when there's no one missing in my life, right? It's like I'm fine, but I smell a certain smell. Anyways. There you go. I am Kai. Shit like that, man. Exactly. So maybe you'll be somewhere or in my garage or on a boat or something, and then you'll smell the gasoline and you'll think of that moment. It triggers something in the brain. The brain is so powerful. It's so mysterious. Yeah, Jason, you said it. Deja vu, man. That too. But aside from a deja vu, the deja vu, both. I had deja vus with smells, but also, yeah, I guess like a deja vu, but without being able to locate what it is. So yeah, it's a deja vu. Well said. Red Door perfume gives me an eerie feeling. You see, I'm not crazy, guys. Thanks for letting me know, but there's certain scents I just can't take. And it's not scents that are bad smelling. It's scents that, for me, it's just feeling of death and morbidity and sadness sometimes with certain smells. And I'm not talking about like a diaper. It always smells like death, but I mean something that could be, I don't know, an old book that you have and you smell this book and it's like, oh my gosh, no, this eerie feeling of that. Interesting. Usually flower scent, roses tells me a spirit is near. That is scary as hell. I smelled both. Oh, wow. I've smelled sweetness with a spirit and rotting flesh, Darla. Rotting flesh. Scary stuff. Like, not something dirty, something rotting, like meat that's been in the sun or something like that. I've smelled that upon having encounters. And when I say an encounter, it's because it's literally something in front of me, right? It's happened to me a lot. But in general, throughout my life, the encounters, they never really come towards me. Guys, I've always felt that some of the entities that you're seeing are actually alive. What do you think of that? The entities that you see, the shadows that you see, are people in other parallel worlds, not dead people. It's people that are alive in other realms, that them too are opening a portal and they're looking this way. So when you see a shadow on your wall, boo, scare it. It might be afraid of you. And I'm not friggin' kidding you when I tell you that. Aside from dead people, I believe that That's how it is, right? We put everything in the same category. When we say UFOs, you and I, all of you and I, talk about UFOs being entities, spirits, ghosts, demons, angels, biological creatures, right? Those are UFOs. It's all a whole bunch of group of people. So you can't categorize any of the entities in just one thing. And that's what the Pentagon said themselves. His Highness, exactly. It's exactly it. His Highness, thanks a lot for being here, you guys. Ah, wow. Yeah, listen, Reese. Firmament, like, is everything trapped in a bubble? You know that snow globe that they say that you shake the snow globe and you look inside of the snow globe? Very scary thought when you think of it. Bobana and everybody, thanks so much for being here. Thanks to my mods. Hey, Charlene. I sort of feel that way also, Bruce, about churches. I think they can have curses on them. I believe that. And like I said, every person in the church are people looking for God. Most of the people in the churches are people that do kind acts, that are helping people, helping neighbors. And of course, like any society, secret or not, you have the bad people that are also there too. But in general, it's a positive thing. But um, the people are misguided in the churches that are looking for truth, not because they're not looking in the right places, because they're looking in the places in books and scriptures that were changed or possibly tampered with. Why do you think they wrote in the Bible, do anybody who changes the words that I put in this book will be plagued with all the plagues of the world and suffer 10 times more than anyone ever saw? You know, why would they write that in the book? Well, so people would believe that nobody rewrote the part that wasn't supposed to be rewritten. And I'm very careful when I talk about the Bible because I don't want people to get the sense. I really don't want people to get the sense that Bruce is blowing off that the God doesn't exist. It's that it's bigger than you even think, God. It's that we were quite simply lied to. So maybe what Moses did is not necessarily what they said he did, and maybe Jesus went a different path as compared. And I'm saying maybe, right? We're just talking, but in general, you never know what they could have done. I love you all so much. I'll talk to you all a bit later. I'm going to answer comments tomorrow, as I always do, and I'm going to get another video up for you all. And it's almost ready. And I'm going to be outside filming tonight. Cross your fingers. Tomorrow morning, yeah, I'm going to be up at 3:30. Probably won't be asleep. We'll see. And I'm going to take off with my car at 4 a.m. I'm going to go with the camera at least to show you the alignment. I won't be able to bring the telescope, but we'll see. We'll try to see if we can see anything in the sky. And by the way, the alignment's going to last till probably the 28th or the 29th. So for those of you tomorrow morning going to work really early, look in the southeastern sky. So got south and east. So look between there. It'll be right in front of my house anyways. So ladies and gents, thanks a lot for the amazing support. And if you're here, you're definitely a big contributor to the channel for, the thumbs up and everything in the comments. Inspiring comments. And I love you all, honestly, so much. Thanks for everything. Thanks again, Julie and Floyd, for the amazing gift. I'll talk to you all really, really soon. Bye-bye, guys. Happy St. Albert, sis.